Hello and welcome back to my Pokemon Fire Red normal pure type. In the last episode, we started this off and we caught our first two members of our team, being our Jigglypuff and our Clefairy. And at the moment, they're both pretty weak. I mean, you know, obviously low leveled, only know Pound, but at least they get the stab booster in Pound. Although Clefairy also knows Encore, as you can see. And essentially, these two are going to be our team members for much of the start of this game, because the next Pokemon that we can really get access to, I believe, is like Porygon, which is still quite a long way away. So what we're going to do is we're going to concentrate on training these guys up, and that means going back into Viridian Forest and taking on all the trainers that we didn't actually defeat last time we were in here, as we actually see the rare encounter Pikachu here. And of course you paralyzed me. Of course you managed to paralyze me. As Jigglypuff grows to level 10. So these two are definitely going to actually have to use quite a lot, and we're also, the other thing about these two is that we do not want to evolve them straight away. And the reason for that is that there are some essential moves that they learn only as, obviously, because they are both stone evolutions, so moonstones in particular. So obviously, because of their nature being stone evolutions, what this does actually mean is that actually, essentially, they take, they no longer, their evolved forms no longer learn any moves. I believe that's the case for every stone evolution, I think. So essentially, you know, once they're oh, really? Really? You managed to poison me? Do I have any antidotes? I do. This is just the one thing I don't want to be doing. I don't want to obviously be like, you know, having to... Did you know that Pokemon evolve? Yes, I do know Pokemon evolve. Okay, so you got a Metapod. I'm thinking this guy might just have like Metapod and Kakuna. But no, yeah, so essentially, like I was saying, you know, because they are stone evolutions, they don't actually learn any new moves when they evolve. And as such, we want to get as many of the interesting and useful moves that Clefairy and Jigglypuff learn just through their own movesets as possible. And so, you know, essentially I believe in Fire Red Leaf Green, which is the game I'm playing currently, Clefairy learns Magical Leaf, which is pretty much one of the strongest grass-type moves that we're actually going to be able to use in this playthrough. Unfortunately, I guess is the word to use there, just because obviously it's not obviously an ideal situation. I might be little, but I won't like it if you go easy on me, says Bugcatcher Anthony. So yeah, no, but Magical Leaf, yeah, obviously the grass-type, essentially equivalent of Aerial Ace and Shockwave, so base 60 power, but never misses. And yeah, no, that is certainly one move that we might want to think about using. Rollout is another one. The number of rock moves, the number of good rock moves, I should say, is actually rather limited. Certainly when you're not using rocks-type Pokemon as well. And so, we're really going to have to actually, you know, hope for the best when it comes to these. I'm really hoping none of these have poison points. Thank you, good, and Kakuna. Let's go back to Jigglypuff. We can sit through a lot of these battles. Obviously, we are actually high enough level that none of these Pokemon really prove an issue to us. And, I mean, not that they really do anyway. Obviously, they are just the early bug types. But they are rather decent experience for us, which is good. Certainly good at this early stage in the game. Doesn't look like they do have poison point, which is good. I know, I didn't see what, was it Jigglypuff had Cute Charm? Which isn't a terrible, it's not terrible, it's not great particularly. Cute Charm infatuates on contact. So I suppose it's useful in the sense that a lot of the contact moves, such as, you know, what are normal types afraid of? Well, fighting types. So obviously having a move that essentially infatuates on contact isn't actually that bad. And then, oh, so they both have Cute Charm, okay, that works. Well, that makes it easy to keep track of, at least. So yeah, you can never have too many Pokeballs. We're going to get a potion there. Did we get the antidote from this tree? I assume we did. Yes, we did. As we see another wild Kakuna. So yeah, no, but essentially, what this playthrough is largely going to compose, the first part of it at least, before we start really getting our team nailed down and stuff like that, is what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to make our way to the Safari Zone as fast as possible, because what the Safari Zone will obviously give us access to is lots more Pokemon and lots more very useful Pokemon for our team. Pokemon such as Tauros and Chansey and Kangaskhan, all of which fit the bill as pure normal types and also are actually very will actually do different things better, because the issue with Wigglytuff and Clefable is essentially they both do pretty much the same job in that they're quite bulky and they get essentially they get decent special attack. So and essentially Clefable's slightly better in general. Clefable has essentially just got that slightly higher special attack, whereas and slightly better speed, whereas Wigglytuff is slower, I believe, but has much higher HP. But you know, yeah. So essentially, they both do the same job essentially. So what we need is, whilst we have a pair of pretty decent special attackers, and the lovely thing about normal types is that they do learn a vast variety of moves. So the moveset is not going to be an issue really for this team. We are going to be able to essentially get there's the static that I was worried about, but there we go. We are going to essentially be able to, you know, pick and choose the moves that we get, because most of our team is going to be able to learn a lot of the TMs that we're going to find, and even more obviously physically offensive normal types like Tauros and Kangaskhan still learn a decent number of special moves, even though obviously we won't actually be teaching them that, because that would be particularly inefficient. So anyway, we're going to, obviously we've made quick work through Viridian Forest. We're now going to be able to go back through Route 4 and defeat a lot of the trainers there, and then we'll start making our way through Mount Moon. Took the benefit of obviously having, as we get paralysed again, we will actually see the benefit of the really good moveset that essentially these Pokemon have very quickly, because we'll see that when we enter Mount Moon, because obviously rock types are an issue for us because we don't hit them super effectively, and certainly we only have Pound at the moment, and we don't even have something like Metronome to hit them on you know, with a random move. But what we will get is we get a water type TM very early on, I believe, in Mount Moon, and we'll be able to teach that to one of our two team members here, and actually use that to do a good job of actually taking out these guys. As we take out that Pidgey, we're going to swap because our accuracy was lowered. I'm not going for Sings here just because Sing's just not reliable at all. You shouldn't be staring if you don't want to battle. The Leica of Shorts is here, so yeah, I mean, see, level 11 is actually, so, you know, they got to the point where they're on par with me, which is rather worrying to an extent. They're doing a little bit too much damage. I'm going to sing you because you did actually, we actually got 2 crits there in a row, but essentially he had what's the word? He had intimidated me. And Intimidate is just a very unhelpful ability when you're going against it, it must be said. Is there actually a secret item? So essentially, one of the little quirks about Fire Red is that if you look on the ground, occasionally you'll find a little sort of hatched pattern, and that actually means that there's likely to be a hidden berry or something like that just there. So we'll see if we can see any of those, but yeah, so like just below us, if you have a look. So anyway, are you a trainer? Let's get with it right away, says Bugcatcher Greg. We'll pound away at his Weedle, down that goes. Caterpie. I must say, Misty is going to probably be a bit of an issue because we really will not have anything super effective against her for quite a while. And there's certainly no electric type moves that are particularly available to us. Down goes the Kakuna, eventually. And wants to learn Double Slap. So, Double Slap obviously can hit 2 to 5 times. Power 15. So it's essentially Fury Attack. It's better than... You already have one Sing, and we don't need 2. We won't be keeping Sing, by the way, by the end anyway. We can zip through the vast majority of these battles. We're actually landing most of the Sings we actually have here, for some reason. It's fine in these early battles, but suddenly as soon as you want Sing to start landing in the really tough battles, then it won't. You just know it won't. So anyway, yeah, so we've already battled you, and I think we battled the guy below, but we haven't battled this. So what I talk about is this hatch pattern, just to the left, the one that I just walked over. If you search, usually around here, you'll find berries, little hidden berries. Just a little quirk of this. Anyway, we again land Sing, which is nice. Jigglypuff goes to level 13, and we defeat his level 14, Spearow. So we'll make our way back round. We can jump over here. You are a trainer, who I think has a Jigglypuff. Yes, you do. We both miss Sing, and then we land our Sing, thankfully. And we wake up, go for defense goal, but that's fine. So, what do you have to say? Route 4 is at the foot of Mount Moon. So we'll continue to make our way round. We've obviously got this guy who just talked about the tunnel to Cerulean, which is obviously the path we're next going to go, I think. I want to become a gym leader like Brock, and then I tripped over a rocky Pokemon Geodude. So here's another little hack where you can, little hatched icon where you can find a Persim berry. So we'll heal up before heading into Mount Moon for proper. Obviously, what's useful is that now, obviously, in later Pokemon games, obviously both Jigglypuff and Clefairy, as we get Bullet Seed actually, and that will actually be helpful. So if we go to, you're in the TM case. Got to get back used to this. Okay, neither of you can learn Bullet Seed. That's annoying. Can either of you learn Rock Tomb? Neither of you can learn Rock Tomb. Okay, cool. Just as I was talking about how good their general movesets are, they find out they can't learn anything. So there you go, so that was Cute Charm activating that Zubat. But obviously, something that both of these... Oh, I thought that was a Water TM. I thought we got Water Gun. Oh no, because that was in Gen 1, when Water Gun, for some reason, was a TM. So we might actually struggle going through here, given that we're not actually going to have any... as we're going to get Disabled. But no, yeah, like I was saying, we were talking about... What were we talking about? Yeah, both of them got, obviously, access to the Fairy type upon Gen 6. So, in Clefairy's case, they obviously... And Clefable, they became Pure Fairy, whereas Jigglypuff is Normal Fairy. And, so obviously, in some senses, that obviously makes them much stronger. Certainly Clefable is now a pretty terrifying Pokemon in well, can certainly be a very difficult Pokemon to face in terms of competitive. Wigglytuff less so. Again, it suffers from the same issues that Wigglytuff in this game suffers, in that Clefable just does everything that Wigglytuff wants to do, it just does it better. But yeah, I suppose at this point, when we'll be facing lots of poison types and stuff like that, it's probably better that they don't actually have. You miss your Sing, I miss my Sing. I miss my Sing again. I miss my Sing again. See, this is what Sing can do. Four in a row, we miss. That actually does absolutely nothing. Okay, well, there you go. Go on, Double Slap, hit 5 times. There we go, down goes the Clefairy. I came because I heard there are some very rare fossils here. So obviously we are going to meet some hikers in here, and they are going to be problematic because we do not actually have anything to hit them super effectively with Indeed, we have nothing to actually hit them just with normal, you know. As we see another Clefairy, you don't often see Clefairy. Anyway, so we'll continue to make our way around Mount Moon as we see more Zubat. Once we can one-shot the Zubats, that'll be good. As we find a scientist. Oh, sorry, Super Nerd. Super Nerd Jovan has a Magnemite, which obviously in this game is a Steel type, and therefore it's going to be an issue for us. That's it. You're more than welcome to tackle me. Boom! Down goes the Magnemite, and the Voltorb, which obviously does not have the Steel type, and therefore is nowhere near as scary. Although Screech is not a fun move to see, ever. You never want your defenses lowered. Anyway, have to find stronger Pokemon. Where might they be? We need to heal. So we'll just quickly... Oh, you're kidding me. Why can't I escape? Surely I'm faster. I know Wigglytuff's not that fast, but... You know. Fairy goes level 14. We obviously have the usual issue that everyone has, that you have going through Mount Moon, but anyway, far too many wild encounters, but there we go. Cool. Okay, heal up once more. Do you actually have anything to say? Oh yeah, so you can we can get the magic up from you. And Team Rocket being a menace in the papers. Geodude, we do actually want to run away from you. So you want to head down here just to pick up this. This is a potion, okay. I'm liking the fact that they're going for Astonish. Obviously, Astonish is a ghost type move and therefore does not affect either of my team members. Okay. You need to get through this cave to get to Cerulean. There's Bugcatcher Robbie, who has a Caterpie. I haven't missed a single double slap, which is rather impressive. So you're now infatuated with me. And we see a Mespard. I believe we were probably slowed by some String Shot, which is why we're actually slower than this Mespard. But nonetheless, we still get through. And Clefairy takes out the Mespard. Zubat is tough, but if you catch one, you'll be able to count on it. It's an interesting, like, please use the Zubat. Okay, we find an escape rope, which is obviously very handy. Get away from that Geodude. Did we actually do the battle at the end of this? I don't remember. I don't want to face off against the Paras. I believe the Paras have a Spore. Yes, we did fight you. And we can't really afford to get, you know, paralyzed, confused, whatever other ones there are. So, I'm more than happy to run away from the Paras. Even though they're obviously not that strong, just that chance of getting paralyzed or whatever is not particularly useful. So, you are an excavator. Obviously, we will be wanting to collect some moonstones, to be precise, but that shouldn't be any trouble for us. And we have no PP for double slaps, so we'll just have to pound away as you continually... Please, it's fine. Wow, pound was a lot. How did you get out of here? It's so big I may get lost. So, we'll head down here to the second of the 3 secret areas that you have around Mount Moon. We've obviously got another Team Rocket member here. Once more we can attack the Zubat. And his Ekans as well. Given that we were intimidated, that did not do actually... We did actually quite a lot there. So Clefairy goes to level 16. We can collect Thief, actually. So It's a special move, obviously, because we're still in Gen 3 world, so moves still are physical or special depending on their type. And Dark is one of the special type moves, whereas stuff like Ghost is physical. So that still applies as we hit me. Youngster Josh, who has a rat attack. And another rat attack. And a the useful thing is with like the Geodude and stuff like that is that theoretically we should. There's the first hiker. I don't think there aren't that many hikers, but usually what should be fine as we find our first Moonstone. As I said, we won't use them for quite a while yet. Is that most of these rock types and stuff like that, they don't actually have. Ooh, let's uncall you into that. Is that they won't actually have a rock type move or something like that to actually make most of it. Okay, you can be on-called into Defense Girl as well. You see another Geodude. I probably shouldn't have done that anyway. Oh well, we have no PP, so we'll just growl this guy just to make sure he's not doing much damage. Ooh, we definitely want to on-call you into. Anytime they use Mud Sport, we want to on-call them into it, essentially. This is doing literally nothing. Come on, crit. I want a crit. Any crits would be beautiful right now. Probably should just disable the tackle, but fine. There we go, down you go. Clefairy goes to level 17 and wants to learn Follow Me. So obviously a move, Follow Me I believe is only particularly useful in double battles, so obviously isn't actually particularly useful to us. We'll go back into Clefairy here. Obviously we can't actually attack, but we will growl. We do get, I'm gonna get the 6. Okay, we went ahead. Oh yeah, we're, oh damn. Do we have some potions, don't we? There we go, we are freed from bind. So let's go into Jigglypuff now. We do get Screeched, unfortunately, but he is at -6. So let's land a Sing, if we can. Do I need to defend? Yeah, I probably do. This is going to be a long battle. This is kind of what I was hoping wouldn't happen, but alas, unfortunately, it's again the same. Thankfully, Pound is not a move that misses, so therefore we are at least guaranteed to hit every time. Down goes the Onyx. We finally defeat that hiker after the longest battle ever. Anyway, we will just quickly race back to the Pokemon Center, heal up. We want to save our escape ropes for a bigger dungeon than this. Stuff like Rock Tunnel or... Are we gonna? Yeah, we are gonna have to go through Rock Tunnel. By then we will have a Water type move because Misty, I'm almost certain, gives us Bubble Beam, or at least she must give us a Water type TN. So we should definitely have a Water type move by then on our team, and we will actually be able to deal with Rock types by then. Because obviously the really useful thing is that all of the common rock and ground types in this game are dual types, such that they're quad weak to both water and grass, such that we can actually take them out relatively fast. Do I actually have... Yeah, battle scene is off. Good. Just wanted to make sure. Okay, so I believe we're coming up to the guy who has Eradicate, who's particularly annoying as we find a revive. This guy, I think, has a level 16 Eradicate, something like that. What do you have? Ratata! We just want to double slap. Hyper Fang is obviously a rather dangerous move for this level. Oh no, and he's only got Sandshrew, okay. That is fine by me. Sandshrew is slightly more defensive, so... Roll. Down you go, lovely. Pokemon lived here long before people came. So, we'll start making our way round. We'll obviously encounter the last few grunts. We are actually doing pretty nice for levels, it must be said. We still don't want to attack the Paras. So we, Team Rocket, shall find the fossils. Reviving Pokemon from them will earn us huge riches, says Team Rocket the Grunt, who also has a Rattata. We will just double slap. We'll get immobilized by love. Love is for the weak. So anyway, yeah, we just want to pound away at... We did not want to be confused. You can actually see that Jigglypuff is, does actually have a relatively large HP stat, so please stop Super Sonicking. And down goes Jigglypuff. I didn't want that to happen. Don't like it when my Pokemon faints, but there we go. Clefairy goes to level 18. And... there we go, so... You made me bad, Team Rocket will blacklist you. So if we head over here, we can find our second Moonstone, which is obviously very important for us. And we can now take on this guy who's going to ask us to choose between the fossils. The Grimer, so more poison types. Again, very useful that we're not a fairy type. Yes, getting infatuated with me again. So, you're going to Screech, as long as you just like Sonic Boom or something. I'm not too scared of a Screech and Voltorb, just because obviously it's not like particularly offensive in terms of the physical side Pokemon, so... yeah. Anyway, so we want... yeah, let's go with the Dome Fossil this time. Don't know why. It's not like we'll use it. So we find an antidote, we can now zip through, and we will reach... Route 5, I think this is, if I remember correctly. So we've got some move tutors just up there as we find a Raspberry. And these move tutors, they teach essentially Mega Kick or Mega Punch, I think, isn't it? Mega Punch. So both of our Pokemon can learn Mega Punch. I can never remember which. One of them is more powerful but less accurate, and one of them is more accurate but less powerful. Obviously. Let's go... Jigglypuff can have Mega Punch. What is this? This is base 80, accuracy 85. So that can go instead of... Disable. And then if we talk to you, you give us Mega Kick. We can teach the Clefairy. And Mega Kick is base 120 power, but only 75 accuracy. And we can get rid of Double Slap. And obviously those two move tutors are naturally enemies of one another, because one of them prefers punching and one of them prefers kicking. So anyway, we're going to get Raw, as well as a TM, and there's obviously going to be some grass down here with Ekans and... I don't remember what other Pokemon are in there, but again, nothing for us to actually capture, I don't believe. So we'll arrive for the first time in Cerulean City, where obviously we have our second gym badge, and our first gym to be faced with the actual team that we plan on using. So, what we're going to do is we're actually obviously going to do the whole Nugget Bridge section, all of that beforehand. So we get the powder jar for berries. Now, I can't remember exactly what he gives you. That guy just talks about the various badges, I believe. There used to be a hidden item around here. Might not be the case this time. Oh no, there you go, rare candy, good. Always nice to have a free level up. You are trades, Polywell for Jinx. I believe that's the only way you can actually get Jinx in this game, so obviously it is actually a useful, a decent trade if you are looking to try and get the entirety of the Pokedex. You're the slow bro who doesn't obey. You're bored. So we've got Pokeballs. We might want to get some Super Potions at some point. We do actually need Super Potions just for Jigglypuff, because Jigglypuff is a Pokemon who has relatively weak defenses but very high HP, so that sort of compensates. But only compensates so far. Anyway, so we'll start. Oh yes, I forgot we have a battle with our rival. So, Gary is here. He says he's got a bunch of strong, smart Pokemon. Let's see how he goes. So he's got a Pidgeotto to begin with. Let's Mega Kick. Let's see if we can land a Mega Kick. We can't. Can we miss a second one? That is a good amount of damage. Should be able to land that. Yes, we do. Good. So you're going to have a Rattata. We'll go into our Jigglypuff. And of course we miss a Sing. There we go, we land one. We can land a Mega Punch and then a Pound. Lovely. You've got an Abra, which is obviously this Abra in particular, I believe, only knows the move Teleport, so therefore it's completely worthless to Gary, pretty much, because he actually does not have any offensive presence at all. Wow. Okay, we're going to wake up, thankfully, that's good. Level 18 Bulbasaur. Obviously, let's just sing. Because you are in love with me. Do I have any healing items? No, I don't. Wonderful. And we miss. And you put me to sleep. There we go. So you're now infatuated. So this is all I can do. And you take me out. I feel like we're going to lose this. You're now infatuated with me again. I could obviously revive. Yeah, we've got to try and keep our Pokemon alive. Okay, so we know that Clefairy does actually go first here. If you land, but you don't, you've landed every single one. Really? Come on. And he didn't suffer a single scenario where Cute Charm actually activated. Like, I'm sorry, if an opponent trainer uses a Tract on you, that is one of the most annoying things. Because you know that you're going to be there for ages in that battle. As every single attack that you try and do does not land. But for some reason... Not this Bulbasaur. This Bulbasaur will land. It's got like some sort of scope lens. It's got, what's the, Hey, you missed. Okay, if I can land this thing, which we do, wow! So this is sort of like the complete opposite, where actually I'm now landing every single move. And you're now infatuated, but we're going to Clefairy. £1 should finish you off. Indeed it does. We defeat our rival at the second attempt. I'm in a Bills and got to show him my rare Pokemon. That lots of pages on his Pokedex. He also gives us the fame checker. What does the fame checker do? I can't remember. I don't remember what the fame checker does, I'll be honest. We go to the bag. I reckon it's in our bag, isn't it? Fame checker. Alright, oh yeah, so it just gives you, like, some various little, like, pieces of information about each character. Like Brock. You hear from him, my rock hard willpower is evident even in my Pokemon, but then if you've spoken to some guy in Mount Moon, he'll tell you that Brock of Putrid City Gym lends him a hand, and you, yeah. So essentially it's just like a reward for talking to everyone and making sure that you speak to every single person along the way. Like, this is obviously probably mentions some stuff about Bill, for example. He may well be in the fame checker, but anyways, there we go. Anyway, we will now head north and take on Nugget Bridge. I think we'll try... we won't try and go too much further. We'll probably just finish off Nugget Bridge and then we'll be done with this episode. Obviously, I did start off this... this series did start off with a relatively short episode, so it's not... You know, it's obviously... kind of makes up for it, but yeah. All of these guys, if you speak to them, will just say, you know, I did my best, I have no regrets, I believe. Thank you for not missing. Obviously, both of our Pokemon are actually doing pretty nicely here. You know, both around... both level 18, well, level 18, level 20, so that's actually... in terms of levels, that's really good for this sort of stage in the game. You can see that, obviously Gary is, like, you know, a boss, I guess you could call. But he's, you know, obviously, a harder trainer than most. We do land that does actually do a lot. Given that that was given that we were at -1, that was a decent... Mega Punch is doing a lot. Nidoran. These do have poison points. Jigglypuff grows to 19 and wants to learn the move Roll Out. Thank you very much. This is definitely what we want to see. So, we'll get rid of Sing. Honestly, oh, that's not what I wanted to do, but we'll get rid of Defense Skill, it seems. No, I really am not a fan of the move Sing. 5, 6, 7, 8. We should have, yeah, more than enough steps in order to get back. Poison Point is an annoying ability. So, 5. So, Mankey, wow, actually, I completely forgot that you'd actually have a fighting type. We'll Mega Punch. Haha, you are now infatuated with me. Love holds you back. So we'll now take on this Rocket, who obviously tries to convince us to join Team Rocket, but yeah, we're having none of that. We're gonna get Zubat. So I think that Minimize. Is Minimize better than Growl? I don't like relying on... I really don't like it relying on, like, trying to have your opponents miss attacks. So, I'm going to be kind and save that person. So what I'm going to do now is, there's really nothing else that I'm particularly wanting for Jigglypuff, I think. I am not going to evolve just yet. I might evolve at the start of the next episode. I just want to check because there are moves like what am I thinking of? Double Edge, that, for example, would actually be pretty useful on Wigglytuff, just because it has so much HP. but I'm pretty sure it learns it through level up, but I don't know whether it's a TM in this game. I think it is, but so I think we're okay. But anyway, I hope you have enjoyed this episode of my normal pure type. I need to get used to saying that. My normal pure type of Pokemon Fire Red. In the next episode, we will be meeting up with Bill, and then we'll go down and have our first chance to try and take on Misty, who is going to be it's going to be an interesting battle, that one, because obviously she uses Staryu and Starmie, which I believe are genderless, so we just got Attract. Obviously that's not really going to help us in that battle. Yeah, no, it's going to be interesting because I believe her Pokemon are relatively high levels, like 21, 22-ish. So we do still have some work to do to get to those sorts of levels. But, and we obviously don't have anything super effective, but at the same time we do obviously have some relatively strong stab moves at the moment, which is good. But I hope you have enjoyed this episode and hope you will join me on the next.